and a traffic cone. Oh dear. I might actually wait, because I might be making hard work of this, and there might be an easy way of doing it. Look at this, a roach like that. Goodness me. It's a nice fish. Fried hot dogs, double eggs and fried tomatoes. The biggest fish I've ever hooked in this river. Ever.
Hi Graeme, pop back in. I know you've been having sleepless nights about what colour maggots to use for grayling fishing. So, best bait for most people now is your standard red maggots, you know. So, I think a pint of those would be brilliant. And sometimes I do like change bait. So, with me, I don't do bronze, but I do bright yellows now.
Oh yeah.
So they're not bronze, but very yellow. And I think just a handful of them.
You can mix them up, can't you?
With your pint of red, say,
yeah.
And it just gives you a change hook bait. So the majority is going to be a red maggot.
So you feed with the red, you reckon?
Yeah, and then just every now and again, if you're trying for a different bite, just stick a yellow one. I mean, look, they stand out well in the pot.
Yeah. If I'm looking for, well, primarily I'm after some big days. The roach I've seen in there, decent size, I haven't been able to catch them, you know, because the current's so swift. It's through and gone. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go ledgering because it's a nice trotting water.
Trotting water. Yeah. So I mean, that's my favourite. I like that red with a little flecky yellow, so you can change for a hook bait. Also, you've also got the worms as well, so we can show you the worms. So I'd always take a little pot of dendrobinas with me because I like a change bait if it's not happening on the day.
Now I've always mentioned before on some of the films, I noticed might be my hook bumping off. Grayling tend to bump off a lot. I know the shape of the mouth is sort of a bit underslung. Yeah. Is there a decent hook, you would say, a nice little sharp hook?
I like using a Camazam B560. So it's
B560.
It's a swept point hook.
What does that mean, swept point?
So the point actually bends back slightly. But I find
not
it hooks
in.
really well. Yeah, slightly
into the shank.
Yeah, in towards the shank.
Yeah.
So I could get a pack and show you them in a minute.
Just eyes, because I'm just going like.
But have a look. They might be spade ones I've got in there.
Okay.
I've got some eye version of. So there you go. That's your dendrobina worm. So that is a little change bait. They're all different size. Especially this time here, you'll find the dendrobina worms will be bigger, because they hold them for longer in the worm place. So,
I see.
Whereas in the summer they're breeding quicker, they're selling them faster, so you'll find you'll get little ones.
Yeah.
But you could use a whole worm or trim the worm and just fish a bit of a worm.
Okay.
But that's a good change bait. Or for like the grayling, I found as well for myself personally.
Yeah.
I always take some sweet corn with me.
Is that right, really?
But if the trout are on form, they're over the sweet corn.
Where I'm fishing is like urbanised area, but it's chalk stream. And there's the odd trout in there, and if they get on it, they're suicidal. So I don't want yellow sweet corn, but I know I've got to get the balance right.
It's just a good change bait, or you know, even a bit of bread. But you could take a million different baits. I say if you're going to trot and feed maggots, concentrate on drip feeding the maggots to get the swim built up to get the fish to come in.
Okay.
Hopefully you should start hitting bites on it.
Because I know people like float fishing in the winter, a bit of trotting, you know, dace, grayling, roach, those three species. Yeah. So. Sort of 2-3 BB float, something like that.
2-3 BB float, all depending on the flow this time of year as well. But 2-3 BB float, and you'll generally just be holding back slow trotting. I'm assuming where you go. It's the smallest river. Yeah. Yeah. So you know, smaller floats. I like sometimes the little loafer floats. Yeah. So they are. I think they're like a 2AA, I think.
Oh yes, that's reasonable size, very short.
Yeah, but they're only short, but they're quite chubby, so I like to be able to hold back. I'd rather go slightly bigger on the float and put it down a bit and hold back, because I find it's just as sensitive, but it gives me more control, I find, trotting. So, but you've got to play with it. Play with your depths, play with your shot, play with your floats, try bigger floats, smaller
shallow,
floats.
deeper.
And all of a sudden, one day you'll be there and just think, wow, well, I caught a few more on that run, and it's because you've changed your shotting pattern. Or I like to bulk my shotting pattern trotting, and then have a couple of droppers just to pull the hook bait down.
So you're going to put it, you're in what we call shirt button. I think we talked about it before, but I normally put a BB, so I don't know, say 6-8 inches from the float, from the bait, sorry, and then space them a bit up. You tend to put a little clump of them.
A little clump, and then I just do a couple of droppers down.
Near the hook?
Towards the hook. So everyone fishes it slightly different, but it depends where you are in the depth of water. A lot of the rivers I'm fishing are little narrow rivers.
That's it.
Little odd deep gullies, maybe to my chest, of 4 foot height, something like that. So you're just running through and trying to hit them. So I find the bigger float for me, or it's a short, stubby, quite wide float.
Yeah.
I said we'll probably show you one of them. They're Drennan loafers. So,
yeah. I'll take some floats with me because I figure, you know, I've noticed in my garden the rain's not dropping out the land much. Yes, ditches are full, the wells up. So I think it'd be pushing through a little bit, but I'm hoping it's fishable. I'm pretty sure it'll be clear. So I'll give it a go.
Give it a go. I mean, another one I do sometimes take, because you've got me on the riddle just now and then, are my fluoro pinkies. I always like, they always do me well as well.
Now, would you, Grayling?
Grayling as well?
Three maggots, two maggots,
two,
one,
or sometimes even one. If it's really hard going,
Yeah.
you're going to scale your hooks right down and go small, one pinky on there.
Well, it's an urbanised area, so it's probably had some stick, you know, it's seen a bait or two.
Seen a bait or two, so yeah, something different. But even if you just got a half pint of those and you stick them in, it just have them as hook baits, or, you know, any decent tackle shop will give you a handful just to have a go with, you know,
exactly.
just
So,
try them out,
anybody who wants to go river fishing, give it a go. They can always pop into you, and you're happy to do a mix-up of different maggots. If they want a pint, they can mix them.
Yeah, do a pint of mixed, and we obviously won't stick them all in the same bag, because I've had that happen with the Saturday boys before. Put the pinkies with the big ones and everything. But some people do, they quite like that, just have a handful. So, I mean, even just to have that as hook bait, just as a change bait, it might give you them extra bites when you're struggling the most on the bigger roach and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm always struggling with bigger roach. Okay, Graham, I appreciate it.
All right, Graham.
Thank you very much. Well, guys, I'm here down on the river. It's obviously been well up and flooded. All urbanised area here, totally. Another guy's just turned up 5 minutes ago. I haven't even started. Trees in the water, I can't fish any of that. So it's looking really tough. It's very high. Down there where I normally stand, I can't even stand now. So I've no idea what I'm going to catch. Can't gobble. The sun's out, look, it's up there. That yellow thing up there, I haven't seen that for a while. So I'm going to get a go. I've thrown some maggots in and I start running the float down, but I feel somehow the float's a little bit light. It's really pushing. I've never seen it like this because I don't live here, obviously. And right where I'm fishing, there's some big heap of human doo-doo, which is nice, you know, about 3 inches away from where I'm fishing. Hopefully I don't break my ankle on it. It's definitely not a dog, unless a dog eats sweet corn. Disgusting, but it happens. Whatever. Hopefully I don't put my net in it, please. Down there, goodness me. No paper either, so that must have been a sticky one for whoever deposited it. I'm going to try just for the end of that weed. I'm going to extend my landing net to get out across there, and then just work my way down and see if I can find. I think it'll be very tough finding a settled area. That's the thing when you don't live nearby. You know, trying to get the spec on them. My well in my water in my ground all around my property is still way up. We don't know why it's not draining. We haven't had any rain for about 10 days. But this is really pushing through, and it's a tiny sort of chalk stream, urbanised stretch. I'm figuring just down the main road in the middle. Problem being there's sort of nowhere to hold the float back. Got to go good 3 feet deep here. So what I'm going to be doing is try and branch yellow maggots first. I'm sort of a white maggot lover, but I know in the winter that red maggots do the trick. Barber's 14. I think I'm going to try and chance it a bit deeper, because I think when it's cold like this, the fish are more likely to be down deeper. Right, I've got a fish on. no surprise, it's not a day saw rope. It's one of those creatures. One of those creatures that you can't get away from in the winter. Brown trout. But that would be a wild one, that's not a stock one, that's a wild one. So get it back. Hey, listen, a fish is a fish is a fish. See if we can pick a grayling up. Well, I've moved downstream and I've trod in, I've trod in on my Wellington, so well pleased. I've moved from that swim. Might have bumped another one off. So you know you're in an urban area when you've got the old shopping trolley in the swim. I can actually see through it, but it's like about, God, it's about 2 feet up at least, maybe more. I'm going to have a run through here, see if there's grayling in there, and if not, I'm going to work my way down and just cast as I go, as it were. Been hammered as well, absolutely. The swims are mullered here. I don't get why people leave litter, it's beyond me. So it's a reasonable run down the middle there, but it's very, very, very fast. I'll give it a go. Thing is, it's so fast going through, it's a job to know where the float's going to hold up and where the fish might hold up. It's just going whoosh, straight through. So they're either going to have to grab it straight away or the food item has gone straight past them. Come on, let's have a grayling. I'm already thinking, where else can I go to try and catch some fish? Because I don't think it's going to happen in this place. Well, this place has certainly changed since I came here last time. There is more dog here than there is in Battersea Dog's Home. So I'm on, I think, my second bootful. I think I might even put the rod butt in it. That was close seeing there. That was a close thing. And of course the next swim down, cans of rubbish, cans of coke and a traffic cone. Oh dear, it's a bit sad really from what this used to be like. A nice little river. The water's there, but the surroundings, you have to look down more than you have to look in the river. And it's pumping so fast, it's really, I barely fish all. Let's have a walk downstream anyway. So obviously I'm pretty despondent having trod in a couple of heaps of dog excrement and seen how much else is just left in all the litter. I thought I'll go down here. Once I get away from human habitation, the bridge, I'll be okay. But no, there's all proof of human habitation here, I'll show you. So walking out over the bridge, well, I used to fish down there and catch fish. You think, oh, it's quite a good run here, and you can see you could fish over there and run the float down the middle here. Might even do that, and I thought, well, this is a good swim. No, Graham, this was the good swim. Shopping trolleys, bikes. I'm going to fish into there, or perhaps not. Shopping trolley over there, shopping trolley here, a full kids bike there. Stand up. Another shopping trolley there. I sort of get why people haven't taken it out. I don't understand that. There's probably enough to go up to the scrapyard. So despondent is the word. Oh, just a bonus. Just a bonus. The shopping trolley down there. Good Lord alive. This was a really nice stretch of river in a year since I fished here. About a good year. It's just changed so much. I won't be long. I'm going to give it another few throws. I think I'm probably due for a dog to jump in the swim, but listen, fish still live in here. They have to. They've got nowhere to go, have they? I might run the float through just off the back of the shopping trolleys there. I think there's a good chance of me going in today. Looks like I'll wash my boots. Oh, I've come downstream. One swim absolutely mashed in. But at least I can get in here. So it's been pretty well hammered. I'm still sticking with the 4 maggots because I'm not like missing bites and not getting the fish. I will try 3. But this one at least has a little slightly less shopping trolleys, bikes, dog doo-doo. About time the swans turned up. They're running late today, just to finish the day off. I'm going to catch here. I'm going to think positive. It's dark, pacey, but not swirly, if that makes sense. Lots of set of gear, really good float. I'm using the big heavy float at the moment. Well folks, I've moved downstream. I think I'm done. I really think I'm done. You can gather I'm fairly despondent at the way this has gone downhill. There's just so much junk and rubbish in there. And it's absolutely hammered beyond belief. And before you used to come and fish here, you'd be pushed to find a hole to get into. And that's the thing. The river looks clean. It looks like it's whistling through. But what's underneath the surface? That's what worries me with all our rivers. I'll give it a little go here, then it's off to find somewhere else, or I'll have to go through the files and find another clip of river fishing I've done. Probably another failure. I'll give it a go, but I'm saving a few of these maggots. I might dive out for a couple of hours in the morning locally to me, but at the moment it's looking grim. The only exercise I've had is not winding fishing, but throwing maggots out. I'm done now, guys. Sun's still up. I've still got 2 hours fishing, but I can't be bothered with it. I've just come down the bottom and I've noticed something. Oh, that's different. It's all open down there. It's all open, but there's like a ridge here. And I wonder if that's been dredged. Because some of the stuff, the swims are so wide open now. You can see here, big hump. I wonder if it's been dredged, and that's if it's been dug out or something like that. Because they might have flooding. Look, there's a big estate here on the inside. It's a big industrial estate. And when you look at it there, it's not a million miles away from running into the industrial estate. So that could be what's doing it, but I can't take any more. I'm just going to go and have a cup of tea and console myself with tea and cakes and see what I can do tomorrow with the leftover maggots. But I fear I won't be coming back here again, possibly ever, because I don't see that's ever going to get any better. Shame. It was a really good fishery. See, I used to see kingfishers up and down here all the time. You always see kingfishers. There's all trees down here being cut. So there's been some major work going on here. I guess like flood prevention, I don't know. No kingfishers, why? Maybe no fish. Well, it's almost like the world is against me. It's like a one swim wonder, this little stream. I've walked a good 15 minutes in. Right in the swim. It's one good swim, one swim. Yes, that's right. Well rotten in the middle, It could fall that way, it could fall this way, it could fall that way, but no, it's fallen in the swim. I figure it's going to be a blank. I've no idea when it came down. I guess the last storm a couple of weeks ago. Dear goodness me. Look, absolute, well, that's why it's gone down. Look, like powder in the middle. Guess it's an oak tree. More damage. So I'm just going to go down here, give it a few casts, throw some maggots in, waste some time, but always fishing when living in hope. You never know, you might get lucky. A dace, I've had some big dace here before. I've had decent perch, very small chub. Don't think I've had gudgeon here. A little hole up there, which looks good, but I've never done any good there. Let's give it a throw and see what I can do. It's one of those days when a dog's going to jump in the swim. I'm going to step back and kick my maggots over. Or both. I just really want the bait just tripping the bottom. And since I fished here last year, I don't really come once a year. It's been very well worn down with dogs jumping, and I can see that. Got a bit of wind off my back here, but it's a nice enough day. Right, I'm obviously going to have to wait a bit for a bite. I'll get back to you. Got fish on, guys. I've actually got fish on first cast. Oh no, I've got up the tree. It's a nice fish. Wow, well. Wonders never cease. A nice little chub. That is a surprise to me. He's fallen off the hook. If I can hold him. If I can hold him, I will, just so you guys can see him. Winter chub. I don't know, pound and a bit. Well, that's made up for you. It's worth even a tree falling in the water. Might work to my advantage. I've pushed all the fish further downstream. Well pleased. More maggots. I've caught chub from here for a long time. And bought rag for a long time. Well, I did say it was a one swim wonder. Just on the edge of that circulating bit there where there's sort of eddy. It's a natural spot for a fish to be. And listen, it's whizzing down, so there's nowhere else. You know, you wouldn't hold up there unless you were a trout. A little tinge of colour in the water. And that might actually work to my advantage. Trouble is with the winter, with the storms you've had, you've seen the tree come down. So all around his branches, if I get snagged in a branch, I lose my gear, that's it. I've got spare floats and hooks in the pouch, only a couple of them. So it's a bit of a risk if I put it really deep. Deeper I go, chances are I might snag something on the bottom. But obviously in the winter the fish aren't going to be up in the water. Big fish, guys, really big fish. The biggest fish I've ever hooked in this river, ever. What is that? I think outside chance is a giant trout. I'm not sure. That's ridiculous in here. What is that? Looks like a grass carp. No, it's a trout. Big one. Oh, fell out. Fell out, guys. Pinged out just as he got just over the rim of the net there. This is absolutely the biggest trout I've ever known in here. That's a wild brown trout, people. Check that one out. Beautiful. In the winter, out of season, I'm putting them back anyway. If it's in season, I'm putting them back. That is a cracker. Oh my God, let's get it straight back. And not even 5 shopping trolleys in it. Just a damn great tree. Well, that's more like it, isn't it? Well, I won't be moving. I'll have a couple more goes in there and get rid of the maggots, I think. That's ridiculous. Amazing how you start piling bait in when you've had a fish. That was double red maggots. That was what Grant was saying, and that was on double reds. I can't get over that. I'm in shock. Of course, I've had bigger trout, way 17 pounders, so not a problem. But in here, tiny little stream, wild fish. Oh my God. Just told everybody my biggest brown was over 17 pounds, and that was a secret. It's like kids fishing years ago. We used to have little pools like this. We had great fun. Gudgeon, perch, that sort of thing. I'm on 3 maggots at the moment, but I'm not getting any bites at all. I might actually run around with a single maggot. Cold water like this, I think maybe the smaller baits might be better. And not shallowed up a bit. Well, I wasn't wrong, but just the species was. Got the fish on further downstream, so I'm guessing gudgeon, I don't know. Fortune favours the brave. Look at this, a roach like that. Goodness me. That's a nice fish. Well pleased. Might need to be a little bit shallower. Just pecking the bottom, which is fine for gudgeon. Well, it seems to have been one of everything. So disappointing on that first trip. Picked up on this one, but you know what? It's just the way it is, isn't it? You just got to go fishing and give it a go. So I'm going to put up a film now that I put up previously by mistake. It was supposed to be split, so I've taken the trees out of it because that goes with the tree film, and this is where I went off up amongst woodland. I had a bit of fun just out on my own. Let's go and see what I was doing. So here's a sign that spring is still a long way off, but it's sort of around the corner. These just here, catkins. I'm calling them catkins. I just know that is a sign, together with the odd daff coming up, that if we can just hold out a bit longer, a few more weeks, hopefully we're coming out the other side of a nasty old winter. Over here Mike's got some milling going on. There's a tree root you see way in the distance there that's come over, and we put this one down here for another big tree to fall on, probably that one, to cut it up log wise, and then this is being sawn up, or milled up. I'm going to take that off. Stop the damp on there. And it's not Ryan doing the milling this time, somebody else. He's going to finish this side and plank into that. But you can see off the end there, all the rings there. Another way to get it, obviously, is to count all the rings out there as to how old the tree is. And they do go over, you know, you see shallow rooted there. They've all snapped off, but it is what happens. So what I'm doing up here, folks, is I'm up in Mike's woodland. I've come up, backpacked up into here, and gonna have a cook up by his cabin on the fireplace I built. Get a little bit of dry wood here. I brought some kindling wood with me. Big storm coming in. About 24, 48 hours, 24 hours I think. I'm trying to remember where I put all the trail cams. I don't want to set them off. Be interested to see what they got. I can see one here. And I'm going to try and get some wood for carving, coasters and stuff like that. And I want to make, if I can, a fire torch, as I have on the last fishing program, or last beach fishing program, a Swedish fire torch. But see how oak, beech and the ash goes as fire torches. Here you can see there's a load. Here's a load I've chopped up with the wife previously. We put them under here. This tarp's been here 3 years. It slipped a bit in the storm. If I move that back up there, if it will. I'll move that in a minute. But since we put the wood under here, it's been cut over a year. This is ash. These are branches, believe it or not, just branches off the giant ash that Mike had come down. He's making his axe handles out of, and that's dried out in there already. You can just see cracks in the middle, so that will split beautifully. I won't go around and set it off, but I will set it off in a minute. That's one of the trail cams I've got. I assume it's working. Got a couple of others further back there. I figured any creatures might come up over here towards it, but I'll get a bit of wood first over here from the store. I want the super dry. You cannot beat super dry wood, honestly. It's so good in the log burn, it's ridiculous. It's got a little bit under here. It keeps getting I wonder if the creature's pulling this out, because I stacked those back up there because they were down here. All these are back up, so something is trying to get in there, but he needs more air in there, definitely. This one is like super bone dry inside the pizza. It's a pizza oven full of wood and these fire lighters. We'll pinch a bit of his wood there because this is ash. Right, I'm going to crack on, guys. I want to get this fire lit. This creature was built by my own fair hand, and with Mike, obviously, you know, helping me, but that's with really, really old bricks. There's a fire I was going to light the other day, but I expect the paper's all soaked. No, it's not actually. I wonder if that would light. That might save me a bit of grief and aggravation. Log store we built a week or so ago. Hopefully the wood's going to start going white. Mike's been up here doing a film because those split bits weren't there before. Kindling. We're getting clearer and clearer, tidier. Got to come up with the wife Hillary, and we're going to cut these odd bits up and finish banking up the edge there. But it is the back of this here. Look, this is our sort of work area, but it's got a stunning view through there. Absolutely amazing. The sheep are gone. There were sheep here before. They're all gone. So my priority, guys, is get a fire going ASAP because it's just above freezing now. You know what, I think I'm going to light that and take a chance. It won't be lighting in 48 hours, that's for sure. I'm amazed. I am absolutely amazed at paper lights. I've got some magic juice with me as well, don't worry. I've got the Bushcraft Ultra Magic Juice that will get that going. I'll get my other kindling out as well. Yeah, that's going to light, hopefully. It's actually somewhat quite satisfying. I do get it, even at my age, in my 70s, of backpacking everything you need for a day or a night in one go. Heavy though, chainsaw batteries, food. I could have bought something. There we go, that's what I'm after, a bit of kindling wood. I know we've got it up here, I know it's dry, but I don't trust nature. If I want a fire, trust me, I'm having one. Well, it's looking a bit slow, hopefully it's enough for me to give it a little bit of juice there. Yeah, I thought so. Jungle juice. Good old Barbie fluid. I always take, look, just like this, a little small one, so when it's wet or you're struggling, it's in a ebony, you wouldn't want to wash your hair in that, trust me, you'd have no hair left. Honey and mango, it says there. No, it's barbecue fluid. I hope the wife doesn't think that's hair shampoo or something. That's all you need. And the breeze helps as well. That's the sound all humans love, that crackling sound and the colour. What a masterpiece of art that is. That's bricklaying at its worst, but it works, doesn't it? The thing is, with cement, if you mix it right, it still sets. It ain't going to look pretty, but trust me, it ain't going to fall to bits. You might forget it too hot. The smoke's even coming out the chimney then. A nice woodland. These are all beech trees, so I'm hoping to find a small piece about 6 inches diameter of fall down over there that I might be able to cut into discs. Got the barrow, I've brought that wood back, so once this breaks down I'll get some big pieces on there and then I can go do some work while it's working. A cup of tea is a priority. Now listen people, it's an unfishing one, but Mike got me this for a birthday present. Leather gloves with sheepskin insert, so you can take these out, these inserts, you know, during the summer. Look, they're on a velcro tab. I've had wool gloves, they just don't do it for me on my circulation, my age. These things are absolutely brilliant, but I dread damaging, that's my problem. That is away now. Let's get those big dogs on. For those new to the channel, all this was milled from the dead ash tree. It's on Mike's channel, TA Outdoors, and he wanted to leave the live edge on it because some of it does come off. Look, it does come off there, but it's really cool, that live edge, isn't it? And this is obviously white before, and it's really weathered down, a really nice natural colour. Let's hope it all stays that way. We've got mice going in there, hopefully not inside, but they got in the partitions and shredding up the insulation he put in there. You can see all down there, Mr. Mouse is in there. I wonder, other than traps, he can't use traps really, because obviously he can't really use traps in there because he gets jacks up here, but he might have one of those battery, I don't know if there's anybody, let us know in the comments if you tried them. It's like a battery powered sonic thing, he lets out some sonic noise that really gets rid of the mice and stuff. It might be worth thinking about. That's going well, and I'm gonna, when he gets down to coals, I've got this old barbecue grill that I'm going to put on top and just have a fry up. See how the ash burns nice and clean now? Get rid of the initial smoke and it burns really clean. The trouble with batteries in cold weather, they don't go well together. Oh, it's good. And this one particular battery model's got a lever you can spark it and just plane it and get it a little bit sharper like this. I think I'm going to get a brew going first, people. I'll wash it out in case there's any spiders in there. Tend to stick in the throat. That's enough. Do get a bit of shelter from the wind in here, I have to say. Sun's out at the moment, it won't be tomorrow. I feel I'm going to be burning through stuff pretty quickly. It's just going to let the air circulate through here because it's been shut up for a couple of weeks. Well, the mic was up here filming recently, would have given it a bit of an airing. You guys should mention in the comments page who wants to see me and Mike do an overnighter, double overnighter. He's in one of his tents, camps, bases he makes, and I could probably survive in here for the night. No heating, but that would be my fire, so I could cook there. We both do a cook-up. Mike does a breakfast cook-up, I do the evening cook-up, or vice versa. Let us know in the comments page. Hopefully, it doesn't snow. That's music to my ears. And a hot handle. Ow! Wooden spoon, hand carved by, I believe, one of my fishing friends of years ago. The fire is absolutely beautiful at the moment, look. That's dry wood for you. So this is one I've nipped a piece off earlier, and you can see here, look, mostly majority is all beech around here. Mike's got a really nice head of beech here. So the branches that come down are going to be beech, and that's what I'm looking for, smaller pieces. And they tell me to get the best sort of effect is this knotty, gnarly stuff. I mean, I'm sort of tempted to go for all this and see how it dries out. You can see I've had a go, heap of it before. This is where I've cut before, and this, I'll get it off, is that sort of sported effect. You see the pattern in it? It's like a fungus, I think, that grows in there. So let me just see if I'm going to whiz some of this off. Quite a nice pattern in there, look, going through there, nice and smooth. Because it's off the ground, it's still hard. So I'm going to whiz some of these off, and hopefully I get that pattern going right through. Generally you cook like that on embers because they get so hot, and when I use the word cook I use the word reservedly with me. This is going to be, people, not a double-decker sandwich. It's going to be a totally awesome triple-decker sandwich. Fried hot dogs, double eggs and fried tomatoes between 3 slices of bread. I won't be able to speak with that lot in my mouth for certain. Yes, my mouth is big enough to get round that. That sweet chilli sauce and hot dogs, if you haven't tried it, people, you should try it. I'm so pleased you've been able to come on this trip with me and join me. Shame you can't have a sandwich with me or a cup of tea. Just give me somebody to talk to. Smoke in the eyes as well. What more could a man want? Man, that's good. Well, battery's nearly out. Well, it is out on this. I've got seconds left. Gonna get the gear in. I can't show you the stash I've got of different stuff, weird and wonderful cuts. Quite pleased with what I've done. I'll show you back in the garage, get this fire out, and we'll see you there. Well guys, I'm just putting the last of the sort of shavings there on the fire. I had a good old chainsaw up. I got what I wanted in wood, but what I've done is this. I've got 2 blocks here because we always sit there and we don't have any table, so I've got these 2 blocks which I'm going to put down. I've got to use this the phone, so it's a bit shaky. Let's roll them out. Well, they're ash blocks, and you can see they would rot out. This was one of the cuts left over from the milling when Ryan did some milling at the big tree, and again you can see if I don't get it separated off the ground, it's going to break up. And what I've done is I've cut a notch out here flat because it's rounded, don't forget, a notch out there, and I aim to put those pedestals on there and we can sort of nail them at a later stage. Whether those holes there, as you can see, those are actually the beetle or whatever it is that causes the ash dieback, I don't know, but the wood is absolutely good wood. Well, if I just come down here with the phone slowly, you'll see, if I turn it that way, where the flat spot is there. And this has got a squared end off over there, so that's absolutely perfect. I can butt it up against that, as you can see. And the other end, I just push in, and then when we come again, we can nail that. And there we got, well, I'll stand on it. At least it's not going to roll, it's not going to rock and roll. And there we have a country table for dining, cooking and stuff like that. It's difficult leaving the fire, and it's really difficult. Of course, for the snowflakes out there, we've got a huge 150-gallon water butt round the back, so I always put it out, even in the winter when you sort of don't need to. It's just safety, isn't it? I can get water from around the water butt. And that's exactly why I built it, with this big concrete base. Job done. See you in the garage. Right, so I'm back in the garage. I've got my stash here. Come and see what goodies I've got. I bought back this long one here, really big one, because I'm going to cut that out. And I don't know whether that is old ivy growth that's up the side of there, side of it there, but I'm wondering maybe we could cut it here above that join and possibly come in the back, drill 2 centre holes, make a sort of 2-pronged lamp there. I don't know. These ones I've got for the very same reason. Look, I can use them. I can take more discs off there if I want. I'll try and scrape all that bark off because this wood is absolutely hard. So I got a load of those, and also I cut the discs off oak. This is oak, big oak, one that blew down there. The Mike's having milled up for planking at the moment. So at the moment we haven't cut one single tree down that's living. They're all dead ones, either on the ground or just leaning over. So I'm figuring this is the part that's going to rot around here. Is this what they call the heartwood? I don't know. Somebody tell us. There'd be an expert there somewhere. And this is as hard as concrete. That's been down, the best of my knowledge, 2 years. And we put it so it fell on other logs to keep it off the ground, and that's why it's still hard. So I've got 3 nice oaks. I'm going to phone Ryan up, our tree surgeon, and ask him if I should just cut that out, because that is the soak part. This is bone dry. Something to play with, people, there. Then I've got my 2 Swedish fire torches, one in oak, one in ash. I've already cut the slots in them to help dry them out. I've got one in the greenhouse that is already dried out 4 years, so I know that one's burning. And I'm going to do all 3 together and see when these 2 are dried out. They're going to have to go through spring and summer probably to dry out, but maybe next autumn we'll have a go with Mike at TA Outdoors and see what the burn time, which Swedish fire torch burns best. This one I've got for whatever reason I've got, I don't know. But look, isn't that beautiful twisty windy wood in there? Shapes. I can break a lot of that out there, clean a lot of this up because this bark is all gone, and see what shape I can get out of it. Any ideas, people? What can I make from that? Could be on the deck, shaped it, give me some ideas. And then of course I've got yet another load of coasters, which you can see here with that pattern. It looks like a sort of mouse or teddy bear. See 2 ears there. So should I nip those off, because these are obviously from outside growth. Funny sort of shape to them, but lovely here. And of course this wood, once it's oiled and cleaned, will bring all that grain out. The old live edge there is not so live, that's peeling away, so I might have a go at peeling those off. So there's my stash, people. The other job I've got to do is this, just clean the log burner out. Being as it's all ash, I tip it out like this, and of course I have to start it with bits of pallet wood. So I'll rake all that out level. I just put it across with a rake just like this on the garage floor. Wouldn't do this on grass, do it somewhere you can sweep up, because I want all this stuff. I just don't like to waste anything here. Then I get Mike's huge permanently on loan magnet, and I can pull any nails out there because I want this for potash for the garden. And I just cover everything backwards and forwards. It's an incredibly strong magnet. I generally go a bit twice. You'll be amazed at how many nails come out of this from the bits of wood that have been nailed together. And then of course I start it with pallet wood, which burns very hot, and then I put the ash logs on. Check this out. I do not want that lot punctured in my tyre, so it goes in the bin here. Then of course, as you see, I've got a stash of ash there. I've got a load of my own oak bark, which I'm going to chop up probably today sometime. There you go, you can see it better there. Because we want to, we've got some salmon skins, really big salmon skins I bought back from Ireland a couple of 3 years ago. 3 years ago, my God, 3 years ago they've been in the freezer. And this we're going to use for curing the fish skins. And I've got to load up the fire for more ash. This stuff burns brilliantly, so I've got plenty to do. So having got the metalwork out, I then use my boots and I go over, walking along like this, crunching all this up, using a 14-pound sledgehammer. other thing you might be interested in, no, it's not Tesco's free range eggs, it's what I'm using this container for. I can cut that one in half. This is at what do they call it, King Alfred's cakes or something. It's a fungus that grows on the ash and it's really good for fire lighting, but it's got to be super dried, and obviously transporting is a bit of a problem. But if you get one of these egg containers, that one obviously would have to be cut in half. I'm finding that I can keep them in there to dry them out and just close them up, and I can put that in the knapsack should I so wish, and the chances are they get there in one piece. Once they dry out a bit harder anyway, but you have to get them dry to take the spark that you know. I've watched Mike do this many times, so I'm going to have a go at that during the summer as well. So that's what I'm doing, putting them in an old egg carton, just trying to keep them dried out. Look at my stash, look at it. This is going to be something or other that I haven't yet decided. It looks like a shark's jaws, doesn't it? But clean off all the rubbish here. This is an ash petrified root, and I figure this putty knife is a way to lever what's left of the bark off, like this, and the moss, because underneath damp, even though it's in the garage, it's still going to take a while to dry out. Yeah, there we go. So bear with me while I chew away at this. I'll come back to you in 3 or 4 weeks. It's how long it's going to take me. Look at that. Wow, that's a nice piece. It's like stripping wallpaper, isn't it? It's really satisfying. I don't want to damage the wood underneath. It's so like a giant shark's jaw. And I want to do something with that coffee table lighting system. It just caught my eye. I'm not particularly art minded, and I'm not particularly good at craft work, but I do like wood. Just look at the amazing textures and colours I'm finding in this wood. Look at those swirls, patterns, spalting I think they call it, but there's two or three spikes here. I'm not sure whether there's a tree growing around some of that metal. Just here, no, bits of wood, spiky wood. But that, folks, has a lot of potential, and the putty knife's doing its job of tapping it with a hammer. You can see on the inside, there's the outside of the bark. What a shame to throw that away. What can be done with it? I don't know. Yes, I know it'd go in the log burner, but look at those colours and swirls in there. I was going inside, I can't stop now. I want to see what's under the next piece. And we'll do it without damaging the underneath pattern. And this is nice and rounded, being a putty knife, so hopefully it doesn't damage anything. Lovely. Any carpenters out there, any craft people, what should I be making out of this? I want to make some sort of lamp thing out of it. Wow, that's a piece of wood worth keeping, I know. It's like a map. Ryan, our tree surgeon, did say try not to use a wire brush to clean it because it's tempting, but it will like leave scour marks into the wood. He described something which is like a fiberglass block thing like this. I think that's what he means. He said it's more forgiving when you strip it, so I'm going to give it a try. Hopefully I don't mess it up. And just try it on a bit at the top. Well, that's the best I could do, guys. At least I got out. I couldn't get fishing. I suppose I could have gone fishing, but the rivers are like halfway up the road. I can't go all the way down the sea because the waves, even between storms, are pounding like you wouldn't believe. It's too dangerous. So the safest thing I can do is cuddle this thing for a few hours and cuddle this thing for 5 or 6 minutes, and all seems well with the world, doesn't it? So hope you guys are all getting ready for when this weather actually does break and get out there and do some fishing. I know I'm really raring to go, but trust me, I'm not going out in big storms like that. Fishing film's going to be coming up in a couple of days' time from this film, and I'll probably put some more of these midweek specials up for you. So we'll see you in Fridays, and hopefully we'll see you with an oddball random section film next week. Oh, Mike's wood, his ash is burning lovely here.